Hey there, YouTube family. Today we are diving into an exciting topic that's been buzzing around the world: India as the next superpower. From its remarkable comparative advantages to the opportunities and challenges on the horizon, we will explore why India's rise is catching global attention. Let's look at India's comparative advantages first. So, we know that India is a land of rich culture and history, and it boasts several comparative advantages that set it apart on the global stage. First and foremost, it's the sheer size of its population. Now it has become the world's most populous country. India's diverse human capital, with a strong focus on education and technology, has propelled it to become a major player in the knowledge economy. So, with its current demographic of a larger workforce, India can achieve higher output per person. Also, the young population tends to save more, which leads to higher investment and drives economic growth. Moreover, a youthful population brings energy and vibrancy, fostering innovation and creativity. Also, India is the second largest English speaking country, which puts it at a comparative advantage over other developing countries. The country's entrepreneurial spirit and rapidly expanding tech sector have earned it a recognition of the Silicon Valley of the East. However, to fully leverage its young population, India needs to boost its labor participation rate, especially among women. So, encouraging more women to join the workforce and improving education across all levels will be vital in this regard. The larger population allows for economies of scale in providing public goods and services, making them more cost effective. Take, for instance, India's digital payment infrastructure built on Aadhaar identity system and the United Payments Interface, or the UPI. I was recently visiting there and saw every street vendor using this digital payment system. I feel this is such a huge accomplishment and a step taken in the right direction by the Indian government. Due to this, the transaction by cash has been minimized by a lot, and even small shop owners who previously used to transact only by cash now have to open a bank account and put money in the bank. This step has definitely revolutionized the informal sector. With cash transactions, a lot of India's transactions were not reported directly in the GDP, and I felt that the GDP was always underreported. Now, as more and more businesses are getting digital and everyone's money is reported in the bank, the GDP number will show more of a true picture. Also, as more and more people use this digital system, the per capita cost of this infrastructure will decrease. This principle applies to various sectors, including transportation, electricity, and water supply. Moreover, India's size opens doors for creating efficient supply chains, making it an attractive choice for multinational companies seeking to diversify away from China. So, to fully embrace this potential, India should reduce the trade protectionism, embrace more globalization, and be open for more trade agreements with open economies. Now, let's look at some location advantages. India's strategic geographic location at the crossroads of South Asia and the Indian Ocean gives it a significant advantage in the international trade and geopolitics. So, this positioning opens door to countless economic opportunities and diplomatic influence. With these strengths at its disposal, India is seizing a multitude of opportunities to secure its place as a global superpower. One of the key areas is infrastructure development. The country is investing heavily in transportation, energy, and digital connectivity to bolster its economic competitiveness and attract foreign investment. Another area of focus nowadays is renewable energy. India is embracing sustainable practices aiming to harness its abundant natural resources to meet its energy needs while combating climate change. This green transformation presents an immense opportunity for India to lead in the fight against environmental changes. Moreover, India's robust manufacturing sector and booming services industry position it as a major player in the global supply chain. As businesses seek to diversify their production bases and tap into India's vast consumer market, India will reap the benefits of this shift. But every journey, comes with challenges, and India's path to superpower is no exception. One of the most significant hurdles is income inequality and poverty. While strides have been made to uplift millions from poverty, disparities still persist, demanding innovative and inclusive policies to bridge the gap. Another challenge lies in maintaining political stability amidst its diverse population and religions, ensuring smooth governance at both central and state levels. So, effective governance is very important for sustained growth and development, requiring a careful balance of interest and visions. Additionally, India still faces infrastructure gaps, particularly in rural areas, which need urgent attention to facilitate equitable growth and distribution of resources. Addressing these challenges will require strong political will, investment, and public private partnerships. Now, if we just compare India with China, I was recently reading an article published in the Time magazine where Angus Madison, an economic historian, estimated that India held the title of the world's largest economy for an astounding 1500 years. However, by 1820, China surpassed India's economic power, and the two nations remained the world's largest economies until 1870. Unfortunately, the world's economic landscape was reshaped by the twin effects of the Industrial Revolution and the European colonization, which put Great Britain to the forefront of economic power. By 1900, the United States had taken the reins of the world's foremost economic power. But here's where it gets fascinating. As we hear more about Asia's rise, the question arises, could the world economy be poised to return to its old normal? China, with its astonishing growth, is projected to become world's largest economy between 2035 and 2040. But let's not forget about India. During the 15 years preceding COVID-19, India sustained an impressive real GDP growth rate of 8% compared to the US rate of less than 2%. If India can maintain this growth for the next 2 decades and sustain a 5% annual growth rate thereafter, which is very much possible, it could overtake the US by 2073. The prospect of India surpassing the US in economic might is exciting, but it comes with its set of challenges and uncertainties as we discussed. So, continued political stability, economic reforms, and investment in infrastructure will play a key role in realizing this growth potential. While India has promising prospects, it cannot afford to be complacent. Swift privatization of certain public sector enterprises, particularly the banks, is essential for enhancing their performance. Tax reforms is another critical area, as businesses have voiced concerns about complicated and opaque tax systems. India should recall the spirit of its economic reforms in 1991, which fostered liberalization, privatization, and globalization. To reclaim its position among the world's leading economies, India must continue and expand these reforms for sustained growth in the years ahead. And there you have it, folks. India, with its incredible comparative advantages and endless opportunities, is undoubtedly on the cusp of becoming the next superpower. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts on India's journey and your views on its future as a superpower. Coming from India, it feels great to see this country developing so fast. So drop a comment below and let's keep this conversation going. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, and I'll see you soon in the next one.